And welcome to the last installment of the Road to Deadpool and Wolverine. Before Deadpool and Wolverine come out, because it comes out technically tomorrow, officially Friday the 25th. But we're going to definitely be talking about that tonight. And we're also going to be doing our trivia and fun stuff like that. It's not going to be as long of a show. We don't have a movie to completely dissect or, to hate on Charles Xavier. So regardless, whatever happens, it's going to be a fun night. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and just remind you guys of a couple things to look out for. Let's see if we can find any of our stuff. Nothing is showing up. So I'm just going to say this real quick. Please make sure you check out us on nerdinitiative.com. It also is Wednesday, so New Comic Book Day is there. All of my QR codes have seemed to have disappeared, which is perfectly fine. We'll just kind of roll with the punches. And then on top of that, just remember, we will be back next week to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll start off non-spoilery, and then we're going to give the warning to just kind of talk about it, since anybody that on our team that is wanting to talk about it will be able to have seen it by then. And again, we're going to warn people before that happens. But with me tonight is definitely someone who has been along the path with me and sometimes has better takes than I do. I didn't give her much of a introduction last week, and so I want to make up for that. I'm already seeing the smiling on the back end of here. And that is, of course, Black Girl Marvel. Welcome.
Hello, Ice back. That's beautiful. Thank you. That's nice.
Absolutely. And by the way, love the shirt again. You showed it to me earlier, the Shang-Chi shirt, which is great. I'm wearing my Marvel shirt, and of course I got the Deadpool hat on. La, go ahead and start us off. Tell us where we can find you.
What's up, folks? You all can find me on all social media at Black Girl Marvel or Black Girl Marvel's Multiverse on TikTok and YouTube. I got some cool. I don't know if it's cool to y'all, but it's going to be cool to me. Hey, ZB, it's going to be cool to me. But I got some stuff coming for y'all, and I got my reviews and my TV shows. And right now I'm watching Suits and 911, and I'm giving y'all my takes on that on TikTok right now. So,
awesome. Yeah. And hopefully shorter. Let's see here. Shortly, Will should be on. I keep seeing him popping up on the back end and then disappearing. I don't know if there's technical issues. It looks like he's in the process of coming back. You speak him into existence, and of course, that's what happens.
Is he like Beetlejuice? If you say his name 3 times, he's
Will Wilkins. Still no video. No, so okay. We'll go ahead and go from there. We'll wait until I see his beautiful, chrome dome, I guess I should say, and we'll definitely get started now. Before we get into the trivia, before we kind of have a little bit of fun, and then maybe just talk about a little bit of what we're doing. And there he goes again. We were talking about this before the show started, and I want to just kind of share this. The spoilers for this movie is very strong, and I want to advise people, if you don't want to be spoiled before you go to see the film, stay off of social media. I have already had portions of the film spoiled for me. Not that it bothers me too much. I'm the kind of person that if I don't get spoiled, it's a good day, and if I do get spoiled, I it's still a good day. Anytime there's something fantastic that happens, whether I knew about it beforehand. I'm the kind of guy who, before Spider-Man 2 came out, because I didn't have a chance to go to the theaters to see it, I had to wait for it on DVD. I read the novelization. So it's like, I kind of knew what the story was going to be.
Right.
So it didn't really bother me. And I guess growing up that way, it's not such a big deal. Plus, like, my mom wanting me to read more, made me read the junior novelization of Jurassic Park before it came out. That's the kind of, the stuff that I've dealt with. But be very careful. Oh, Billy, so sorry. Billy says had cameo spoiled for him. But the funny thing is, like, I've seen some spoiled cameos that I didn't have more, because like even Ryan Reynolds said this, the cameos have more screen time than normal when it comes. It's not so much cameos as it is absolutely. Hold on a second. I got to bring Will.
Look at this. What are we talking about?
Nice. Nice. I dig it. I could have used that for my cosplay, but nice.
Do you know, it actually makes you sound like him a little bit.
Oh, that's because I'm intentionally talking lower.
Come on, getting that Ryan Reynolds impression down. I dig it. Because that's who Deadpool is, just Ryan Reynolds. It's Ryan Reynolds
definitely.
talking.
It's like, yeah.
Also, it sounds like I'm talking through a Jack-in-the-Box speaker.
Which that's one of the
the
Deadpool and Wolverine promotional Did you guys
But
notice
don't-
how
but-
many like franchises
But
they're
don't you
They-
dare,
partnering with?
Yeah.
Yes, but Tony, don't you dare put me on top of your antenna.
What?
I said, don't put me on top of your antenna. This is ridiculous.
Okay. No, but so
Will.
there are a lot of spoilers going out. Don't spoil the movie. Don't be a jerk. Actually, Deadpool, just go ahead and warn us real quick, or not. Just don't say anything. Or am I stuck?
Is he frozen? I think he's frozen. Oh
Are
no,
you
I think he's
frozen?
leaning. Is he moving?
Will?
He might
Oh,
be
hi guys.
frozen.
You're back.
Oh, okay, he's back. Oh, nice.
Deadpool, go ahead and warn people not to spoil the film in the best Deadpool way you can.
Yeah, do us all a favor. Until you know everyone's seen the movie, don't be a dick.
Mhm. Solid.
1 second. I gotta
It's
get out
in-
of this thing.
It's in pieces.
Yeah, it's an amazing design. Not that I'm doing a plug or that I get any commission, but there's a designer called Do 3D, and the entire thing is modular. And then naturally, I discovered after I fully printed this thing that there were different updates to it. So now I'm printing another one. So instead of this bumpy texture you see here, it's actually got more of a hexagonal overlay pattern. It's kind of giving Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit vibes.
Okay.
Nice.
I gotta get I
Yeah.
need a 3D printer.
So we'll just keep him back there for now.
I got a text from Will earlier this week. I couldn't see it because my internet was down at the time. But when I finally saw it, it cracked me up. He said, "Be careful where you put things before business meetings," because he had that sticking right there, and that's exactly what he did. He just stuck it
Yeah. I'm in the middle of a work meeting and I'm talking and trying to sound serious, and then I realize, oh look, I've got the decapitated head of Deadpool behind me. Whoops.
Yeah,
So-
but I find.
I mean,
find
but
it funny
also
that
you
that's
got
the
like
thing that
the
makes you
heads.
nervous.
You got like heads coming through the walls, though.
You know,
Yeah.
it's funny you bring that up because, you know, there are all these different helmets I've been collecting, and I realize in the world of 3D printing, if I just do something like cut the print in half, I could easily have faces all over my wall.
You really can,
Yeah,
and I implore you to do it.
I will. As law is commanded, I shall do.
I just want to say this.
Yes,
I
sir.
find it funny that the Deadpool head is where you draw the line when it comes to professional business meetings. When you've got the two heads on the wall, you've got the flux capacitor, you've got sonic screwdrivers, you have the emo robots, which I know you probably have yelled at in a meeting because they keep responding to your voice.
No, I just
And they're like,
I completely.
Oh, there's a
ignore
Deadpool
them.
head. I never. What is that guy doing? Like, you even have Christmas Funko Pops in the hexagonal shelves.
Yeah, those are there year round. Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? The thing is that typically you don't want to, in the corporate environment, you don't want to put your nerdiness on Front Street, especially when you're attempting to appear to be a professional. But you know, I am who I am. But anyway,
Be you.
Getting back to spoilers, thankfully I've been able to stay away from a few, although you know there are like even things as simple as popcorn buckets. But you know, there's one that was kind of a spoiler, but was also part of a toiler in a Funko Pop release. So you know, it's
Wow.
6 one, half a dozen the other. You know,
Yeah.
the only thing that I'm just looking forward to, which Tony, I'm sorry if you do sit on Netheads tomorrow, I will be getting home probably an hour and a half before we do Netheads, having actually seen the movie. My mother-in-law is babysitting. I got 2 tickets. I'm gonna see it tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time.
I love it.
What time? Wait. What time does How long is the movie?
I
I
believe
see it at
I believe
6:40.
it's got like a 2 hour and 6 minute runtime. Oh, good, dude. Don't worry about my silly podcast. We don't have to do that. We're doing this. We're talking Deadpool here.
Good.
And don't worry, and stop alienating law talking about Netheads. Come on, man. We're here now for this.
Okay.
Jeez,
well,
the nerve
regardless,
you
okay.
have.
So, a couple things, if you guys weren't aware, we talked about the Deadpool Xbox controller, the cheeky controller. They did come out with a second one this week with the
Wolverine.
Wolverine cheeky controller, which of course you couldn't have one without the other.
Agreed.
There again, just remember the Heinz things. It sounds like it's gonna be a promotion. So if you're interested in seeing about the custom or the limited edition
Excuse me.
mustard and ketchup containers, make sure you're checking their social media because they will make an announcement there. It is probably going to be like something that you have to get online, like Loki Charms, and will be prohibitively, difficult for anybody to get unless they're like tennis shoe buyers that have like bots that can stand in line for things. So just be aware of that. The Aviation Gin company, which of course was owned by Ryan Reynolds, has Deadpool and Wolverine limited edition versions. And then their AMC not only has the design by Deadpool popcorn bucket. There is another one which we will not mention, but it is very much a character in the film. It's like spoilery, like the goose eggs for the Marvels. If you go to Cinemark, there is not only cowls of both Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you want to have a head that looks kind of like what Will's got right here, but it'd be a popcorn bucket, they have that for both Deadpool and Wolverine. There's also, and this is one I might actually have to get on the way back from AMC, Cinemark has a Dopender's Taxi with Deadpool sitting on top of it, which I thought was kind of cool. And then Regal Cinema has a limited edition popcorn bucket, which I may want to get, but it's extremely spoilery. And as much as I would like to talk about it, I don't think it's fair because it's something that they really didn't talk about until, it's not in any trailers. I've seen it in like spoiling scenes. So just be aware. Don't look. It is what it is.
It's not cool.
Yeah. And then I think that's about it at this point. Is there anything that I missed before we get into just having a little bit of fun?
I didn't even know all that. So hey, you gave me information I needed.
But I got to be honest, I may be absolutely positively out on the Wolverine popcorn bucket because actually, in the best way possible, for a reason why I'm missing it, one of my dogs has to have emergency oral surgery tomorrow, so I will be doing that all day. As a matter of fact, it will be a race against the clock, and now I sound heartless to see if I get home in time, but she'll just be drugged up and laying around until we get back anyway. So,
well, if you're interested and you want, we could arrange something.
Don't worry about it. If there's anything that I have learned from the area that I live in and the activity at the theater is that the people around here are over popcorn buckets. So there's still a good chance
I'll be
able to get one. And even if I don't, I need more stuff. I got no place better to put this Deadpool helmet behind me. But anyway,
on the
so
wall.
what's up, man? Other than now, Lau, when are you seeing the movie?
I'm seeing it like Friday morning, like 12:30 a.m. So
you're gonna have a longer, more brutal blackout.
I'll be fine though.
Social media. Oh, that's good.
Well, I mean, she only has to go through the evening.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen only thing I've seen is the final trailer, and I didn't mean to see that, but somebody spoiled a cameo, so I was like, they were like, it was in the trailer, so I was like, well, I might as well just watch the trailer then. Which I'm excited that I did because it got me a little more hype for the film because that trailer was like very serious, and I was like, I love you guys. This is great.
I not to name drop, but I was editing
What's a name drop?
Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman do a podcast called Hollywood Babylon, and their regular editor is out, so I was editing the video version of that podcast, and I had avoided that trailer like the Dickens until the point where I had to paste a reaction version into the video, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to see it anyway, and like you, I'm glad I did because it got me even more pumped for this movie. Or it is an amazing misdirect on the movie that we're gonna get.
For sure. Either way, I'm excited. Either way, because think about it, the other two Deadpools are silly, but their undertone is quite serious. There's some serious matters that happens in there, right? So I'm not expecting Deadpool and Wolverine to be any different. I'm expecting the silly, but I also feel like it's going to hit you because you wouldn't have somebody like Hugh Jackman in this if you wasn't going to put some acting in this. You know what I'm saying? No offense to Ryan Reynolds.
I also want to give you credit because I've had a wonderful experience on the road to Deadpool and Wolverine. Even the times I haven't been able to take part, I've still watched the movies, and even the ones I missed, I went back and watched. But I have to tell you, all week I've been getting ready for this, and if there's any two things that I'm watching, it's either three things: Deadpool, Deadpool 2, or Once Upon a Deadpool. I'm always constantly watching one of those things. And you are exactly right. The soundtrack elements from that first Deadpool have such character and tone that I really hope we do get them in
It's
this
so
movie,
great.
because I want to hear that boom, boom.
It's so good.
Boom. Yeah, because it's I don't know. It
To me,
fits.
it's Deadpool. Like, to me, like
Exactly.
that would be a noise or a sound that he would have. To me, it's very synonymous with Wonder Woman and her song. That dun, 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 like her little music. To me, that's Wonder Woman. Like,
Yep.
that's a beautiful like music for her. So for me, for Deadpool, thank you for that though. I like that because I love that
You're welcome.
sound. I love
Yeah.
that sound. Yeah.
You really made me look back and appreciate it even more. So thank you.
Thank you for
See,
that.
that's why this type of thing is beautiful, because everyone always it's like a big old potluck every time we do these things, because everyone brings a little something, everybody enjoys a little something. It's great
Yeah.
times, but
Everybody leave with a plate.
I'm taking over Tony's show. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, man.
All right, so you guys right. So like I said, I didn't want to go into too much speculation or anything like that, because let's face it, if we want to do that, we could do that on our own private channels and stuff like that.
True.
We're going to do a quick trivia, not too long. It's about 31 questions, just because I got really tired of looking stuff up. And there was more things that I thought were really interesting, and got more information regarding. So I'm going to share a couple things, and then we're going to get into the trivia. Again, so that you guys can participate in the chat by just sharing your opinion. I was trying to figure out how we could do this where it's not just one person popping up and answering the question. I don't know if either one of you want to download some type of or pull up a memo section in your phone. That way you can type your answer and then you can show it up on the screen. But those of you who are in the chat, you can definitely participate by answering whatever it is. We're gonna try to make it where we give everyone an opportunity to answer the question, and then we'll of course give the proper answer. The points don't matter, just like my pay.
Whose line is it anyway?
So what's that?
Yeah, right.
Like, whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Points don't matter. Just like my career at this point.
Man, I swear, if we weren't in different geographic locations and I wasn't almost married for 30 years, I'm just saying. Anyway,
I appreciate it.
Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hey, Tony, if nickel's worth of free advice, young man. You could always just ask one question, and if a person doesn't get it right, the other has a chance to steal. If that helps make it any easier. And just alternate questions.
Scotty.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna get them. Look, I'm gonna get them all wrong, okay? Because unless the answer is like Juggernaut, Angel,
Francis, I know. Listen. These are not incredibly hard. Some of them might be like off, like out of left field, but I promise you'll be in the running. Again, this is just to have fun, to kind of like spurn conversations. One of the things I do want to say is, there are some interesting things that I've discovered as I've researched, like just to make sure I was right about some of the questions. We can talk about it later, but yeah, we'll get into it later. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna pop up here with in fact, if I'm running the show, I'm coming over here. Thank you very much. And so we're going to go ahead and get started on the the Road to Deadpool and Wolverine trivia. Again, 31 questions. Everyone has an opportunity to participate. And if you know what I'm going to do, I'll let you both give an answer. And then if I see somebody in the chat that's answered the question correctly, I will use them to pop up as the correct answer, just like having, ZB.
Gotcha.
So that kind of thing. So that way you guys. Yeah.
I'm just glad you didn't have us try and like make our own buzzers, because that always just results in two people shouting out like their buzzers. So I'm just like, yeah.
No, listen.
Law's just screaming, and I'm going like Liefeld.
Listen, I thought about going like with Kahoot or like some other like companies that allow you to do live quizzing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to pay the money for it because it would only have allowed like 5 people on. And I feel like we've got at least like over 18 people.
Honestly, I need Jackbox TV to get better at making some like more nerdier type of stuff. Like get some Marvel trivia in there. Get some TV trivia, Grey's Anatomy or something.
They like their original stuff, but
yeah, I know, and those are cool. Those are fun too, though. Like real talk, I like those too. But just throw in a little bit.
Here we go. First question. if it wants to load.
Oh
Is
my
it loading?
God. I know her name, but I can't remember.
Hold on. Are you guys seeing it? Because I'm not seeing it.
I'm seeing it.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
I cannot.
That is so funny. All right. What is her name?
Mm-mm.
X23.
When you say it, I'll be so mad. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see, I told you I'm gonna be terrible with this.
I'll give you one hint. She's a lady.
I think. Okay, let me see.
Well, ZB is already answering in the chat.
I know. Yep, Billy's got it too.
All right, guys.
I'm writing it down. I didn't even look at them. Is it? Oh wait, can you see it?
No,
I did
go ahead and
see
say
it.
it.
Lady Deathstrike? Is it Lady
Yes.
Deathstrike?
And that is
That is
correct.
correct.
I'm
Okay.
gonna pull up with ZB because ZB is the one. Yeah,
Because you said it was a lady, so I was like, I think I remember.
Oh, I got it now.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun because honestly, right now the I'm gonna have to move this over. So there we go. At least I can see the questions on one of these boards. It's because this is gonna be a fun night. All right, next question. Logan became Weapon X at an installment at what body of water?
Oh my gosh, how many times did we just recently hear Lake? I'm gonna go with Lake Elsinore. I don't know.
I can't spell it, but it's Lake Alkali. I can't spell
Lake
it,
Aragon.
though. Lake Aragon.
Lake
It's hilarious.
Agamemnon.
Lake Lyfield.
Lake Michigan, because I live in Michigan.
Liefeld.
It is.
And it's not actually Lake
Yeah,
Alkali.
it's
actually
Alkali Lake. Yeah, I said
good
it.
job,
I said it
Billy, too.
backwards. Shout out to
Yeah.
Billy.
You.
But, and
By the
and
way,
right
if
now,
you
everyone else is just like, damn.
I still feel like Lake Alkali is still fine because people will know what I'm talking about, but still, it's okay.
By
Just
the way,
saying.
Billy actually, I'm going to say this, and it's going to.
I'm just screaming
Billy,
out.
I want you in the chat to throw the name out of the song. Billy wrote a song, and it's actually on iTunes if you want to listen to it. It's actually really good. And I had to do that quick shout out, seeing that he's in there. It was funny. We were driving on the road, and I always will throw like off the wall things to my wife to see if she likes it. And there's some songs that I'm like, I'm not sure about. And I played it for her, and she's kind of doing this the whole time. And she's like, who did that? I'm like, remember Billy, the guy who gets his Captain America shield signed from everybody? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, he wrote that. She's like, no way. So
Points don't exist, man. He not
there you go.
taking
Same Old
points.
Lies. That's the name of the song.
Oh, he got Cap as his little picture. That's nice.
All right, next question,
Bearded-
number 4.
Bearded Cap.
Deadpool makes this Judy Blume reference
Oh,
in
come
his
on.
first movie.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Yep.
That is
Nicely
correct. I'm
done.
sorry.
Well,
I mean,
Sorry, guys.
I told you that's all that's been playing in my house for the last 3 days. Oh man.
Number 5. Deadpool was impressed with this type of leather while fighting baddies.
is it Corinthian?
Yes, the rich
Rich
Corinthian
Corinthian
leather.
Rich Corinthian leather.
Corinthian leather.
Was super fudge. It's not the right answer, but
Oh, that's awesome. By the way, sorry,
All right.
we're having air conditioner problems, so I'm not being rude and looking at my phone. I'm turning everything off so the system can defrost for a bit.
I completely understand that.
I'm
Just
about to
remind me
say,
to turn my
Tony.
fan on because it's a little warm down here. All right, next question. We'll give everybody a chance because we need to wait for a few seconds because I forget live people have to see things. So number 6, name this mutant. Name this mutant. Just give it a second. Write down your answers.
Can I say it now?
Hold on.
I'm not looking at the
All
chat
right, Lob,
either.
what's your opinion?
Pyro?
Will?
Hemorrhoid.
And the correct answer is Pyro. That is correct.
Hey,
Oh,
they're
Billy, you were the
both
first one. Sorry.
they're both a pain in the ass, though. For being honest, just saying.
Oh, spike volley or the volley spike match. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. You know, we should do like only wrong answers at this point.
I mean, well, I think we've already got half the room playing that way, my friend.
No, that's a fact.
That's
Super
true.
Fudge,
That's true.
Let's be honest. This good stuff right now.
Okay. All right. We could do that. Only wrong answers. I guess that would work.
No.
In the scene, how many police cars does Magneto destroy?
Are you out of your flipping
This is from
mind?
the 2000 X-Men film.
I mean,
I'm
that's a
erotic.
rando. I'm just gonna say 13.
I'm gonna say 23.
Wow. We're doing wrong answers, right?
I mean, I
Nope.
already established that.
If I'm doing like right answers, I'm gonna say he destroyed 7 cars.
You're getting closer.
Well, I mean, we could play this game all night. 6,
I know, right?
9.
It's the Price is Right now. It's like which
Right?
is lower number?
I bid $1.
It's like what kind of
And
Billy
then-
is the closest at this point. Just saying.
Okay, 3.
So you can't just give multiple numbers at once.
He's like 99.
He's like 6,
9,
7,
42.
4.
Height.
The correct answer is 4. He only destroys 4 police
I
cars.
said 4. I said 4. I said 4.
I said some of these were on the left field, remember?
I said 4.
Clearly, but
Which
it's-
active X-Men member is first seen in the 2000 X-Men movie?
oh, dip.
I'll
Let me-
give you
let
a
me-
hint.
Give us time.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Give us time before you give us a hint. Hold up.
No, because I got
Which
the movie
active
playing in
X-Men
my
member
head.
is first seen on screen in the X-Men movie?
Okay, I
got
have
it.
I have my
an-
answer.
I have my
But
answer
go
too.
ahead. Go ahead, Lon. You first.
You sure? You sure?
Yeah.
Cyclops.
Okay, and I was gonna go with Rogue. Neither
Anybody
one
in
of
the
us is
chat want to
right
give an answer?
from the pregnant answer or pregnant.
Now, I'm going to give a hint, okay? At that moment in the scene, the word active is important.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Active, because Rogue wasn't active.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, there
So
you go.
active. Okay, wait. Active. Is it Storm?
Did my internet just go out, or is
No,
Tony
I'm
like,
just
staring
waiting
at
to
us?
see if anybody else answers.
No, let me see.
The answer, Storm, is not correct.
Okay. I'm trying
I'll
to
give
go-
you guys a hint. I'll give you guys the hint, okay?
Professor X.
This person was seen talking on television.
Magneto? No, that's
Nope.
not an X-Men. I'm crying. He used to be. He would be. I haven't seen the first X-Men in 1,000 years. I don't even know how it starts.
I don't.
You should have
an
seen it like
excuse.
5 weeks ago.
No, sir.
And
No,
that's
sir.
and my big problem with that is all I remember, even after I've just recently rewatched the movie, the only thing I remember is always just for some reason Wolverine in the snow, which is not the opening of the movie. So.
At all, but that's kind of where your brain goes because that's
Yeah,
when
exactly.
because that's when it starts. That's when the movie starts. When like him and Rogue get into that accident, that's when it starts. Him in the snow, that's when it starts.
So I'm seeing a couple mentions of Beast in the chat, which is not correct, but Beast is the last character seen on television in the last in Last Stand.
Mhm.
But it's not Beast. The TV cameo was actually Jean Grey
Oh.
speaking to the. I believe she was speaking to the
was speaking
senator
to
being
like
interviewed
the senator. Yeah, she's like with the UN or
about the
whatever.
Mutant Registration Act. And Scott, you got that?
That's right.
Oh, there we go. Scott, I think Scott got that as I was about
Come
to say
on,
it, so.
Scotty. Good job.
Scott
Actually,
Summers should know, Gene.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
So-
the one. Yeah.
that's nice.
All right, here we go. Next question. What is Mystique's government name?
Can I say it or I gotta wait?
No, go ahead. I'm
No,
always
if you
deferring
have
to
an
the
idea,
woman
yeah.
in the room.
Okay, first or last name or both?
If you could do the full name, it'd be awesome.
Okay, so her name, like I know they call her Raven, so her name is Raven, but but I believe her full name is like, fuck, I know it starts with a D. It's like Raven. I can't get the last name. It's like Dark Raven. I can't get her last name. I know it's Dark something. I can't. Not Raven McLeod is hilarious. Raven
I'm gonna throw this up there.
See, I was
That
gonna, I was
is
gonna,
correct, but it is absolutely funny.
I was gonna
That
say,
is amazing.
I was gonna say Ravenclaw, and then I was gonna go Hufflepuff. No, wait.
Can be only one.
But we're gonna go ahead and throw this. Oh, that's
Is
not the
it
right one.
dark?
Here we go.
I know it's Dark something. Is it Dark
Raven Darkholm. Yes,
Okay.
Raven Darkholm.
Because I kept wanting to say Darkhold, and I'm like, that's a whole different thing.
Man,
but I know
Scott-
it's
You would
Raven
have been very
Dark
close
something.
though. That's the first thing I thought of is like how close that was to Darkholm.
Darkhold,
You
yeah.
guys know Scott
Yeah.
is just yelling at their screen right now. Just yelling. Come on, you idiots.
Billy's like Darkhold.
Were you on the road at all to Deadpool and Wolverine, or were
hey,
you just? I was
I
waiting
was
for
close.
the bus.
Thank you for outing yourself and not watching these. I'm just kidding.
I was
Number 10. What type of fluid does Stryker use to mind control mutants? And this is an X2.
I don't know the name of it, but I know it's
We know its
fluid.
source.
I know it's a fluid from his son.
If you can
know.
describe it, I don't
fluid.
need the exact answer. Okay.
Spinal fluid
You know, spinal
there you
fluid
go.
from
from its
Jason.
son.
Jason.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 11. And we got. I'll try to go slower for the audience to give in the chat.
No,
Yeah,
that's fine.
sorry.
Number 11.
I
What
thought it
is
was
Wolverine's last line in X-Men: The Last Stand? What is Wolverine's last line in X-Men: The Last Stand?
Why did I do this movie?
crying. Not Tito's vodka. That's hilarious. Was it not for you? I mean, not for them. Not. Wait. Was it not them? You? No. His last line was it keep these safe? Because he told her to keep the things the things safe around his neck. I can't remember. I know I'm on the right track though.
No, X-Men: The Last Stand. X-Men: The Last Stand.
Oh,
remember he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have his.
No, he
his
doesn't
dog
have
tags.
his,
I know what you're
his
talking
dog
about.
tags.
Yeah, he
She
threw the
has
dog
his
tags away in X2.
Yeah. Wait, so is it when Jean killed when he killed Jean and he was like,
No, he kills Jean. There's the aftermath. You see all the stuff going on.
yeah,
You see the school is being renamed. You see Storm as the new leader of the school, and you see Wolverine or Logan walking past the TV, and he makes a statement as he sees what's going on television.
Nope, that doesn't ring a bell. So nope, ain't.
Okay, remember who I said was the last person you see on television in Last Stand?
Oh, the Beast. It's Beast. Okay.
So he's seeing the Beast. He's being a representative to the UN or for mutants to the UN, I believe, at that time. And Wolverine says something. He says, "Way to go, Furball."
Way to go, Furball. I would have never got that in a million years, unless I watched the movie right now.
Right.
But that's a good question, though, man.
It is. It's almost
Fuzzball.
as good.
I'm sorry. I thought it was Furball, but it was Fuzzball, I think.
You know, either way, it's fine. Because it
was Furball.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
What were you thinking?
Nothing. I'll hit it later.
Hey, what later?
Oh.
Oh, just
Number 12.
Yeah.
What is the name of the bar Wade Wilson and his fellow Mercs patron?
It's like St. Margaret's Home for Wayward Children or something like that.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah, it's something like that. I can't remember what it is.
Chat, you got an answer?
St.
Will, do you have an answer?
You
want to get an answer?
I was about to answer the exact same thing as Law did. In my head, it's St. Margaret's. So because of Margaret, but it's not. It's another lady name.
Yeah.
Well, the name is correct.
Yeah, St. Margaret's, but the other part isn't right. It's like St. Margaret's like asylum, or it's something like that, like St. Margaret's something from Wayward. Oh, is it girls?
Sister Margaret's Home for Wayward Girls.
Sister Margaret's Home for Wayward Girls. Okay, I said for like Wayward Children or something. Yeah, Z typos. That's all me. Verbal typos. That's all it is.
And I'll be honest with you, the only reason why I really know about this shirt is I have a T-shirt that is the sign, but it has the Deadpool logo at the top, and it says Sister Margaret's School for Wayward. And I can't tell you how many times I was stopped and someone goes, "Oh, are you part of like this Catholic ministry?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. No,
not watch a good movie. Why don't you? Why don't you love this shirt? What is wrong with you?"
Why does Deadpool wear red? Why does
so
Deadpool?
The bad guys don't see him bleed.
Yeah, because he's tired of trying to use seltzer and lemon unsuccessfully. Dumbass.
So the bad guys don't see him bleed.
By the way, I still want to say I love that flashback, can't like that whole
Like
montage of
montage,
him
yeah.
becoming Deadpool, because you don't ever get enough of that. It's just so fun. Yep. And
And
Billy,
if
you got it
you
right.
and if you can't and if you go back and you listen to the song that plays while he's doing that, it's an amazing song.
And also, by the way, I am Captain Deadpool. Nah,
Ooh,
man,
yes,
just Deadpool.
yes.
It's
So
Okay,
good.
which was a nice thing. It was nice to hear like a ridiculous song about the hero, kind of like what we got in the Ninja Turtles movies and the
Yeah,
like. But
because it broke the fourth wall just like he does. You know what I'm saying? The music did.
right, and
I love it.
Zach is bringing up, so he wore the red pants. This guy knows because he wore the brown
Brown
pants.
pants.
And when Deadpool sees Juggernaut in Deadpool 2, he says he
He's
was
like,
glad he wore his
"To go
white
to his red
pants.
pants." Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
wondering if we're gonna get a pants joke in the last one
I
or
hope
next one.
so. We
We'll see.
should.
we've got to. Now, funny thing about that theme song that goes on during the montage, it was not
Mhm.
actually done for the movie. The artist that made that song did it as like a fan thing for Deadpool, and they liked it, and so they made that the montage song,
I love
and then
that.
they added it to the official
Even
soundtrack.
better.
So
I
Even
love
better.
that.
Yep.
That's like
Yep.
that's like across the Spideyverse when they used that kid's Lego creation
yeah.
and put it in the movie, and it was like one of the best scenes in that film for me.
oh, absolutely. Number 11 or 13, I don't even know what we're on now. Where did Russell keep his pin hidden?
Up his ass.
Well,
He'll stab you with it.
that's the crude way of saying it, but what did he call it?
In the old prison wallet
Yeah, there you go.
or prison pocket. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But I
Yellow
mean,
pen.
like, no, man. He keeps it in his ass. It's an ass
Hi,
pen.
Bex.
Because even in
His prison walker, Billy. I know that's a typo, but I'm putting it up there. It's stuck. It's
prison wallet. But even in
prison
like
pocket.
the Once Upon a Deadpool PG-13 version, Deadpool even says, "This is Russell. He has an ass pen. He will stab you with it." So
I just love the end of it where it has the he pulls the pin out to take the collar off him. He's like, no,
Yeah.
no, don't.
He's like, no. He's like, just I'd rather die. It's fine. Like he's just like, kill me.
can we get a wipe down, please?
Listen, and I love Domino. She's like 7. He's like, oh no. He's like, oh. She's like, I still got it. He's like, oh, it's such a lazy writing. Love it.
Lucky me. What actor plays Domino? We were talking about Domino. What actor plays Domino?
Zazie Beetz.
That's pretty much it. There's not much to wait for anybody else to post that out there. I mean, it's
No.
kind of hard to.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it Z? Hold on, let's go back real quick. Z says, "I mix it up with Nature's Pocket."
Oh, from Broad City.
I don't. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess after enough drink, sure, but
Ugh, no, thank you. I'll never be that drunk. No gracias.
All right. So for all of you, I like Zazie Beetz. I like that. I just.
Not Zazie.
All right. So
Zay Beetz.
Zay Beetz. All right, number whatever it is at this point, I don't care. What band did Deadpool strongly defend from Fred Savage in Once Upon a Deadpool?
you had to.
I know
put
Will's
this
got
one
that
in
answer.
for
He's
me.
got the smile on.
You
I'm
did
gonna-
because I haven't watched this in a while. Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait for Law. No, come on.
I don't.
If
Dave
you've been-
Matthews Band.
I'm gonna give you a hint. If your FYP has been anything like my FYP as part of the promotional tour for Deadpool and Wolverine, this band makes an appearance.
They actually make a.
Wow! Listen to me. Listen to me. This band makes an appearance. 10 points on the board.
I don't know.
Look at this photograph.
Oh, that's Nickelback. Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
Look at this photograph. That's my song. Yeah, Z.
All right.
Okay, Scotty, Billy, everybody out here with the Nickelback.
Yeah. And honestly speaking, it's really an injustice that it is so hard to find Once Upon a Deadpool. But also I made this prediction talking to somebody, may have been all of us, or it may have been Tony. But if anything in Deadpool and Wolverine is pivotal for resetting the MCU, I guarantee you when this movie starts losing steam in the theaters, suddenly we're going to get a similar type of PG-13 release so that the kiddies can see it. I'm telling you now.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message you like, Will, you were
Who
right.
was it, man?
You were right.
Yeah. Like,
Oh
now
my
what's the
gosh.
name of this? But you don't know Lady Deathstrike. Get out.
I know, right?
See,
Get
I
out of
always thought-
here.
See, I always thought Once Upon a Deadpool was the answer for, like, they knew that Disney was in the running to buy Fox, and they're like, okay, Deadpool is one of the most profitable mutants in the Fox franchise, apart from Wolverine. And how can we make sure that they know that we could market it, but that they don't want to market it as a PG-13 film? And this was the answer, because it's
Mhm.
like, okay, there's fun things about this, but it doesn't do anything better than the original film. So I think this showing, like, the contrast was a great way for Marvel Studios to realize they needed to go to the R rating for this next film. So
Mhm.
just my opinion. All right, so let's see here. Next question.
Yes.
When first meeting Cable, what type of music did Deadpool ask still existed in the future?
Dubstep.
Yeah. Step.
Dubstep.
Even though my mind always wants to say EDM, but it's dubstep.
Yeah, dubstep. My brain said EDM first, and then I was like, dubstep.
Okay,
I had to
good.
say-
I'm
I-
glad I'm not the only one.
no, I had to say it first in my head. I had to
Is
say
that
it
how
first.
you know what dubstep is?
I love dubstep. And then Skrillex just started playing the song. Bangarang. The Bangarang is a good song.
He was the first person to, yep. Man, that the Deadpool 2 soundtrack was okay.
Actually, Billy was
How is
first.
it the
Just throwing out
Deadpool
there.
2
Sorry.
soundtrack?
No
The
offense,
sun will
Z.
come
No
out
offense, Z.
tomorrow. I don't know why I still was, like, really into hearing that song from the soundtrack. Like, it was so funny to think I was listening to Annie music.
And also, do you know what very interesting promotional not even tie-in, but promotional item that occurred in relation to that song prior to the release of Deadpool 2?
What's that?
Back when The Masked Singer was just a Korean property,
Mhm.
a person came up on stage in a unicorn mask, I think, singing that song, and when the mask came off, it was Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
See, this is the stuff that we don't
Ryan
get as
Reynolds-
Americans.
Ryan Reynolds knows. He knows promotion. Man. That's a good guy.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but I'll have my phone, because speaking of promotional, I cannot wait to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman on Hot Ones tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were going to be on Hot
Oh.
Ones.
Or was that today?
Definitely got to watch that.
Is one of them.
I saw previews
Let me
of
see.
it.
I'll see.
Is
I'll
one
see
of
if
them.
it's today.
All right, next question. Come on, Tony. Law come in.
All right, here
with
we
the
go.
answer.
Next
It'll be
question. We're more than halfway, I believe, at this point. What soda did Iceman chill for Wolverine in X2?
Wasn't it a Coca-Cola?
good. I mean, that would have been my guess anyway. Especially when you're talking about a Kirby bottle in his hand.
Right,
'Cause
and it's early.
'cause
And
God
it's
knows it
early
ain't Dad's root
2000.
beer.
And
Yeah.
it early 2000. I'm gonna say Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, you could have just touched it. You could have just touched it. The fact that he blew his breath in it, I'd have been like, no, thank you.
Yeah, right?
Well, Billy already got it, and you guys got it. Oh, whoa, that was the wrong one.
Dr.
There we go.
Pepper.
Congratulations, Billy.
Was it
I think
dubstep?
I think I blinked that out because I don't drink Dr. Pepper.
Sorry. Dubstep soda.
All right, here we go.
Dr.
Next
Pepper is
question.
disgusting. Sprite. I feel you, Z.
In X2, what did Wolverine notice that convinced him that Mystique was in disguise?
Oh, that she didn't smell right.
Nope.
Wasn't it that? I thought it was like he smelled her.
Nope.
I can smell you.
In X2, what did Wolverine notice to convince him that Mystique was in disguise? Now, remember, this is the second film.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is when they're all like she turns to Storm. And it's that one we turns to Storm, right?
No, that was in the first film.
Oh. Oh, in X2? Oh, I don't. Is it when he was
I'm
like
gonna go
kissing-
ahead
Is it
and-
when she was like kissing her or whatever? Oh yeah. Scott's right. Scott's right. It's the scar.
Yeah. Billy got it first, though.
Oh, I didn't see that. It's the scar. Yeah.
Mystique disguised herself as
Just
Jean
as
Grey,
Jean
was
Grey.
in his tent, and yep,
He felt the scar. Yeah, that's right. I
he
forgot
felt
about
the
that.
scar.
Yeah. I was stuck on X1. Like Mystique was amazing in X1. I just stuck to it.
Yeah, that's why I had to emphasize the second film, because I knew where as soon as you said Storm, I knew where you're going, because
Yeah.
that was going to be a question. Like, what did he say to her? But
yeah.
here we go. Next question. What movies did Caliban appear? Law being your favorite character in the X-Men
Yes.
movies. What movies did Caliban appear in?
The only ones that I remember that he appeared in is Apocalypse and Logan. The only two that I remember. If he wasn't anything other than that, I don't remember.
Yeah,
Because
that
he
would
is
have been
my
Will,
my
I
favorite.
answer
see
as well.
I see your small head going up and down because the screen is all in prompter. So you guys are like itty bitty.
Itty bitty living space.
And that is correct.
Yeah.
Apocalypse and Logan.
Yes.
But not played by the same actor in both, right? Because in
No.
Logan, was it Stephen
Right.
Merchant?
It was Stephen Merchant and Logan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because like I didn't make the connection. See, I'm a big Bang Theory fan. I didn't make a connection that he appeared in Big Bang Theory
Yeah.
as like a love interest for Amy Farrah Fowler.
But then
And
a
so
love interest was for Sheldon.
that's true. He was more of a love interest for Sheldon than he was for Amy. But yeah.
Dropping T.
Here we go. Next question. According to X-Men First Class, who invented Cerebro?
Beast.
Law says Beast.
I say Beast.
Will, what do you think?
Well, technically
mean-
Beast and Xavier, but Beast. But go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I don't know, because in my head it was always a collaboration between Xavier and Magneto. So that's all that's going to stick in my brain, no matter what anyone says in a film.
I respect that.
But of course, like, according to First Class, though, because remember, Cerebro
Mhm.
existed
Yep.
before Charles got involved.
Yep.
Right.
So
Beast.
yeah, Billy's got it. Billy Z and Scott. I'm gonna give all you guys
And
credit
me.
for that.
Give me credit.
Good luck.
Yeah, man, come on.
Jeez. I have to fight this guy.
By the way, I love the fact that we're counter programming one of the biggest political kind of addresses a president's giving in recent history. But I tell you right now, I'm enjoying this a heck of a lot more.
Same.
Wait, there's a presidential thing going on right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I couldn't tell you.
What was that?
I'm
Okay.
hitting a button. I should.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Mhm. All right, next question.
Yes.
What is the purpose of Magneto's helmet?
Style and freshness. And I'm saying, is to keep out telepathy, keep out like
Mhm.
Charles's powers or anybody with telepathic abilities out his head.
Mhm.
Are you sure it's not to protect him from lice?
I mean, that could be a
it may
secondary
that too,
reason.
man.
I'm
It doesn't
just
have to be
saying.
just one.
I feel like it's multi-purpose.
Because, like Law said, man, it's just to look good.
It's just to look cool, man.
But yeah, that's the reason why he wants to keep Xavier. I mean, like the primary first is to keep Xavier out of his head.
Keep Xavier out of head. Then it became a thing where like any type of telepath can get through there.
Yeah.
Or any type of psychic ability, because even Jason couldn't get through to him. So
Right. Or Emma Frost.
mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, here we go. Who voiced Juggernaut in Deadpool 2?
Go ahead. I'll let Will answer that. Go
Will,
ahead,
No,
Will.
no,
you see,
I'm
you
gonna
know what's
let-
funny?
I'm
Will's
gonna
been watching his film. He's just like, I'm happy because I know it.
No, I'm laughing because my hand to whatever deity you believe in, it wasn't until I think Law said something last episode.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I did not know this. And now every time I've watched it since then, I just chuckle.
Yep. Makes you laugh, don't it?
Yeah, because it's voiced by
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. But thank you for
Yes.
deferring to me.
Of course.
But I would not know it again if I had not been on the road to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hey. This
Man,
is why y'all got to be on the
plugging of
road,
this
man.
series.
Y'all got to be on the road to everything.
That's correct.
Mhm.
Yes, it was Ryan Reynolds that voiced it. I love it though.
Me too.
It's just so much fun.
I'm gonna rip you in half
Next one.
now. That's like my favorite thing. I don't know
Just,
what it is.
just matter of fact.
Who stole Darpinder's love?
Oh my gosh.
His cousin.
Because his love his girlfriend was Gita, but
Bantu. His cousin
Bantu is
Bantu.
too charming. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
cousin
so.
Bantu, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like me
Yeah.
and Will got that at the same time.
Yeah. Because I was
Same
just hearing the dialogue in my head.
Me too. I closed my eyes. I was like,
it is his cousin. I will take that too. Yeah.
I
There
closed
we
my
go,
eyes.
Z.
And then you said Gita. I was like, Gita. And he was like, and then I was like, Bantu. We got it's his name.
Okay. Why is it I felt like Bantu, like we knew more about Bantu than we knew about Gita, and yet
Well,
like,
because
that
once
was-
again, it's just another case of Hollywood minimizing the role of a female
Exactly,
character in a
Will.
movie. That's why.
Exactly. Using her. Not bless you, Kyle.
I mean, we know more about Daffodil Daydream than we do about Gita.
Exactly.
as untrustworthy as he is handsome.
That is true. That he is.
Okay, now here's another cool thing. Darpinder is actually named after a childhood friend of Ryan Reynolds that he thought was really cool, but died, I believe, in a car accident.
Aw.
Way to
that's
bring
And
the
so
right back.
the character Darpinder was made as a way to honor that childhood friend.
That is a great
That's
tribute.
beautiful. Because they kind of do become besties right here and like throughout this saga, if you can. I hope he's in the third one. I hope he's in the third one.
Yep, he's Wade Wilson is instantly sweet on Dopinder, and Darpinder, and I think that's like one of those things where it's like, okay, that makes perfect sense, like how he just immediately likes this kid, and yeah,
turns
I
him
love
into a cold-blooded killer. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Next question. In Logan, what is Logan dying of?
Adamantium poisoning.
Yep. I mean, that's just what my guess would have been, knowing what I know about.
Yeah, I was trying to pause so people in the chat could actually say something.
Doesn't matter, man. We're gonna blurt it out
There's
anyway.
still a delay.
Which,
I
by
know,
the
I
way, something that would not have even entered my mind unless we had rewatched it. But also, I remember recently, if you've watched spoilers for X-Men '97, but there was a follow-up article that said, "Is Wolverine now actually the most powerful mutant? Because you take away, just how powerful is he when his healing factor isn't having to counteract the existence of adamantium in his system."
Mm-hmm.
Think about that one, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
didn't
that
write it.
Oh yeah.
though. I didn't write it.
I didn't write it. Once again, just me cribbing other people's work.
I hold on. Z
Adam,
with the weird answers.
don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Sorry.
Moving on. What is Silver Samurai made of? This almost feels counterproductive, but yeah.
Aluminium.
Adamantium.
Aluminium.
He's made of adamantium.
I'm just gonna throw you up there because you answered this question like right before, so we don't have to wait for people. All right, here we go. Next one. Let's see if we can pause for a second for this one.
So that was
Wait.
adamantium.
Nope,
two answers in a row. Come on.
Yeah.
No, one was poisoning, and the other one was just the material itself.
You say potato, I say spud. Moving on.
All right, moving on.
I haven't heard that.
What does the X-Men stop Apocalypse from taking? What does the X-Men stop
Gita from
Apocalypse
Darpinder.
from taking?
Ah, that would have been a good twist.
Because but the problem is he's not as handsome as the Bantu. So
the X-Men stop Apocalypse from taking over Xavier's body.
Yeah,
that's the one.
I had to read the question again. I was like, "What are we talking about right now?"
Yeah, right.
Because that could be a tricky question because he wanted to take over the world, but the biggest thing he wanted to do was take over Xavier's mind.
Yeah, because if you think about it, there were two terrible things happening. The world was crumbling in and of itself, and they're like, "Hey, let's just send two people over to talk to Eric," and then they're like, "Oh, he's gonna take over Xavier. We're all doomed at that point. So let's just avoid it."
Just shows you how powerful Xavier truly is, and he doesn't use a monochrome of his ability.
Mhm.
But anyway.
I love this. I love this, ZB. I'm giving you points just because.
I freely
I
admit
was
I was
waiting.
about to bit my tongue when I saw the question at first because I was the same way. I'm just
I was
like,
waiting
oh.
for you to acknowledge that. I was like, I hope he acknowledges that because you always call him Ivan Ooze. So like, he just
Mhm. Oh, beautiful. Chef's kiss.
yep.
The egg was Zed in it. Well, we're just having a whole bunch of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like,
Come on, I'm gonna have to watch that
comments in here
soon.
now.
Yes.
Z's going for it. Have you ever seen the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie with Ivan Ooze?
No.
It's so
Love?
good and oh, sir,
Okay.
I grew up on it. What do you mean?
Will, you haven't?
No.
Oh,
I
dude,
know,
you don't know what
every
my-
I know
you
every
don't know
line
what
from
you gotta
suffering.
remember, everything Mighty Morphin Power Rangers like started coming out when I was allegedly entering the first stages of manhood. So
Yeah, so
Okay,
you were
like
like
I was
and
in
Will-
my late teens, so I was just like,
And Will, how old are you now? And I got you to watch X-Men 97.
Look, man, that's neither here nor there. Okay, just
I'm
don't.
just saying.
Just don't.
I'm just
Listen,
saying.
I just want to put it on record. I just want to put it on record that I
Billy.
know that film so well. I know every line. I know every gesture. I know the music. I love that film. I grew up on that film.
You've got to watch the Power Rangers movie.
Oh
It is the
man,
best
you got
dad
to
film.
Well,
the
and-
'90s one. The '90s one.
And if you want to get the
90s.
reference, just Google Apocalypse Ivan Oozing, because there was a promotional picture that came out early on where the two just looked synonymous and just broke the internet with, oh, I don't know about this.
And here's the thing: the Apocalypse that we got in Age of Apocalypse is the better version of the two.
But
Like, he
yeah,
was so purple. He was so purple in early
giving
production
Grimace.
that they went down, they toned him down, and it's like, oh wow, he's like Gray
Mhm.
Man. So yeah, it's yeah. Moving on. We're almost done here, guys.
Amen.
Why is it? Oh, now it's showing up on the other. According to Nightcrawler in X2, what is each mark on his body for?
Aren't there for his sins?
That makes him like Mr.
Will?
Zaz in the DC universe. Mark for each of his killings, but that's not what.
Yeah, but
That's what I would have gone
like
for.
each mark
one
is
of
a
his
sin,
sins,
right? It's for his sins, right?
Yep.
because he's very Catholic. So
I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm knocking these out of the park. I'm pretty
Right?
proud of me.
I'm just a big.
Okay,
old
so
dummy.
this makes me think of Storm, because of course she has this conversation with him at the time, Kurt
Mhm.
Lochner. And so let's rewind a
world's
little
famous
bit for just a second. Let's rewind a little bit back to the original X-Men movie,
Mhm.
Storm versus Toad.
Yeah.
Ray Park, probably one of the worst lines in the X-Men franchise. What happens to a toad when it is struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. There's a little bit of a backstory that I discovered about this. First of all, it was not written by Bryan Singer.
Mm.
That was actually a line written by Joss Whedon. He was asked to write on the film. Almost everything that Joss Whedon wrote for X-Men was trashed, except for this line and the line when Wolverine calls Scott a dick. Those are the only two things that are Joss Whedon in the film. The line actually made more sense if more of his writing was added to the film, because there was this thing that every time Toad appeared on screen, he said something along the lines of, "What happens when a toad fill in the blank?" And so it was like his catchphrase.
So it was like a callback. It was a callback to that then.
And so it was a callback where she was saying his line to, and it would have made more sense, but because everything else was canned, it didn't. So I have more respect for it, knowing what it could have been, but it still sounds cheesy. And again, I don't really like Joss Whedon.
But also, let me call a spade a spade. Joss Whedon is a lazy writer, because there is a line that he uses in the TV show Angel that he gives to Phil Coulson in Avengers when he dies. It's the same line. That line where he's talking to Loki.
So that's what that does?
You know, it's the line where he's like,
Oh, it's you like
the
conviction?
the conviction line, the conviction line. A person says that to Angel before Angel kills him. So I remember watching Avengers and I was like, wait a second. So yeah, he's a bit of a lazy writer. It works in both, but he's a little bit of a lazy writer. So I get why they cut a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
Z,
in
that's
what
hilarious.
movie is Wade Wilson first mentioned?
Oh, dip.
Or let's just say his name is there in some way.
I'm gonna say it's X2.
I like to say X2
Lot?
as well. I want to say X2 as well. Because in X2 they have is it X2? I think it's X2 because in X2 they have the list of mutants on Stryker's like computer or something like that. And I think his name was in there.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yep. Z's
Look
got
at
it
Will.
first two.
Finally.
We'll knock that out.
Finally decided to join the party.
I know, about time.
I was actually going
Thanks
through
for
and I was
showing
like
up.
removing stuff. I didn't realize I stopped doing screenshots for any of the Road to the Deadpool and Wolverine after I think X2, which is hilarious because the rest of the shows did better than those first few.
That's
And
hilarious.
and so you, if anything, y'all have taught me laziness is the way to success.
Amen.
I appreciate you all.
Amen.
But
That's
yes,
a
in that
fact.
scene, Mystique is going through the computer.
Mhm.
There were tons of things like Alpha Flight. There was Omega Red. And then of course there was Wade Wilson
Wade
mentioned
Wilson.
as well. So
Mhm.
yep,
And it
and
makes
Remy LeBeau
sense.
was in there.
And it makes sense because if you go to X-Men Origins, he's a part of Stryker's like team, which means that like he would know that he's a mutant. He would be on that like list. So that's a good little tie-in. You know,
Yeah, with a movie that did very little to tie anything in.
exactly.
So
Exactly. And Remy too, because that movie had Remy too. So
Yeah.
like it's a nice little tie-in.
Adam Matthew Smith dropping that in there first. So I just put that in there too. Z got in there second with it. All right, so let's go ahead and throw the next one up. In Days of Future Past, what event is Wolverine sent to prevent?
Mystique
In
killing
Days of Future
Trask.
Past, what?
There you go.
Yep,
She nailed
that's
it.
correct. Yep. We got two more left.
All
I don't
right.
know if they're going to be difficult at all. At this point, I forgot what I put down. So if it's something off the wall.
I love it.
What song does Quicksilver play while saving people from an exploding X-Mansion? Remember,
Sweet
this
dreams
is
are made
from...
of these. Who am I to disagree?
Wow.
I was just going to let you keep singing.
Got some chops.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's correct. Okay, last one. This is an interesting one. This is also kind of like a well, let's see here. Yep, there we go. Billy got it first. Of course, Billy with the music there.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Angel.
Anticlimactic as it is.
Okay.
True or false? Before X-Men, neither Patrick Stewart nor Ian McKellen knew how to play chess.
Well, that's a great question.
That's a fabulous question, and I'm just going to go with true because otherwise there's absolutely no reason to ask the question.
I'm gonna go with false.
We got a split room.
Mm-hmm. They learned for that. Okay, true.
And Billy got it. It is true. They did not. They had both never played chess. They actually brought a master chess player in to teach them how to play chess for the film.
Cool.
Now there's a couple other things. If you remember in if you went to the theaters and you saw X-Men Age of Apocalypse, you may have noticed that at the end of the film there was a trailer. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I messed it up. If you went to see Amazing Spider-Man 2, at the end of the film there was a trailer promoting X-Men Age of Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Spider-Man being a Sony film, of course, X-Men being a Fox film, a lot of people thought that they were trying to tie in and there was something going on. The answer was a lot more simple. And if you were wondering why in the world they did that, if you went and saw it in the theater, the answer is because Mark Webb had had a obligation contractually to do a film for Fox Searchlight. And what ended up happening was Sony was really urging him to create Amazing Spider-Man 2 to run on the heels of the success of the first film. And of course, with contracts, you have to make concessions. And so Fox said that they would loan Mark Webb out to do Amazing Spider-Man 2 as long as it included at the end of the film a promotion for the next X-Men film. So there was no grand scheme other than we're going to give you him. This is what we're going to get in return.
Right. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Now that's trivia.
And then the other one was that Ian McKellen almost did not do the first X-Men film.
Makes sense.
Let me go ahead and just take this off.
That makes perfect sense.
But not for the reason that you would. Will, why are you so big? But not for the reason that you would think. Ian McKellen was signed up to do X-Men. I'm sorry. He was asked to be Gandalf the Grey in the Lord of the Rings franchise with Peter Jackson. He almost had to turn down that role because he was in filming for X-Men. But he made a deal with Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer made sure that all of his principal filming for X-Men was completed as soon as possible. So he only joined the Lord of the Rings franchise. I think it was like 6 to 7 months late, and was able to then jump in and film his scenes. Otherwise, he would never have been Gandalf.
Not bad.
But also, I feel like when it's Ian McKellen, you make allowances for Ian McKellen. So, because I feel like you don't want him if you don't want him. You know what I mean? So this is going to be like, you got to make allowances, man. This is a great actor, amazing actor.
Another interesting bit of information I discovered. James McAvoy was so excited for being casted as Charles Xavier in X-Men First Class that before he got to production, he shaved his head to be Charles Xavier, only to find out that when he showed up on set, they freaked out because they wanted him to be in the 60s with hair. And so the entire film, he's wearing a wig.
And it looks immaculate. It looks amazing.
Which also, Tony, in your off time on the road to Deadpool and Wolverine, you have also been on the road of the Doctor. And so recently, as a matter of fact, you watched 11 become 12. And in that moment where Matt Smith is facing Karen Gillan in his mind, seeing Amy Pond one last time, the first face that saw this face.
Yep, I cried hard.
We all change, and that's okay. Oh man, the line about but they're gone like breath on glass. Anyway, sorry. The best meme when that was happening in real time was the fact that he was shooting a movie in Detroit, and Karen Gillan was shooting for Guardians, the first one. So the great meme was the two of them facing, and it's just like that moment when you realize they're both wearing wigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about
that's such a good scene. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I'm gonna have to go back and watch all those because that's such a good scene. I love Doctor Who. Ugh.
There are two scenes that actually there's 3 scenes that I will, even thinking about, I can cry. I will cry.
One of them my man Leonardo? Is it not Leonardo, but is it what's his name? Da Vinci? Isn't it Da Vinci? No.
Van Gogh.
I'm sorry, Van Gogh. Yeah, is it Van Gogh?
Oh no, it isn't. But that's another great moment. No, it's when Amy Pond is. So there's 3, but one of them I can't mention yet because Tony's not there.
Okay. Message me.
Yeah, I'm only in season 8, episode 1. I finished.
Okay, message me. That one will. I need to know.
I will.
But go
but
ahead.
When Amy Pond is going through and summoning the Doctor back from beyond.
Oh, during her wedding.
Yes. I don't know why that hits hard. Matt Smith's basically farewell speech, so well written, especially.
I'll always
just
remember
the
when the Doctor was me. And he looked at the camera.
God! I'll never forget. Not one
word of this. One line of this. One word of this. Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like he wrote that himself. I feel like they let him write that himself. I do. I feel like it.
And Law, actually, the next one, Tony has to get there, but he's on the Doctor. and it's basically the entire diatribe a character's telling. Oh no, I can't even say that. That's spoilers too.
No.
Dang
Just
it.
message it to me, man. I
I'm
need to
trying.
know.
I'm trying to get there. Okay.
Message
I
it
think
to
I've
me.
done pretty well with.
So did you
myself.
start with 9? Did you start with 9?
Yeah. So I started with 9.
Okay.
I was terrified of the earlier Doctors, just because I watched them on PBS and whatever happened. What's really funny is my kid is on this road with me. He's a season behind me. He was watching with me. They decided to go back and watch everything together. The Day of the Doctor was probably one of his favorite episodes because it had the 10th
Solid.
it had the
Solid
10th and
episode.
11th Doctor together.
Don't forget
And
John
like
Hurt.
he was absolutely excited. I understand. It's funny though, because I think David Tennant is still my favorite Doctor beyond who we've got right now. I think you can't. I absolutely love the current Doctor, but I wasn't sure about Matt Smith, and Matt Smith grew on me a lot, and so I understand what they did for that first episode with what's his name,
Capaldi. Peter
yes,
Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi. What I thought was really funny was the fact that he acknowledged that he had seen the face before. Because I'm like, because I there's a Discord group where I like the guys who turned me on to Doctor Who, like kind of keeps going and it gets excited as I'm getting to certain parts. And I remember freaking out because I'm like, Peter Capaldi was in an earlier episode when we were at Pompeii, and I'm like, dude, this guy becomes the Doctor. What are they doing? They're like, oh, there's a number of people that become the Doctor that you'll see elsewhere. And so I've absolutely loved it. I thought it's been a lot of fun.
But I love that they incorporated his face into it's the reason why he took the face was because he needed to remember this moment to save these people. I think it's just
no one dies
just
today.
Yeah, it's just great writing. I also feel like I think Tennant is everybody's favorite Doctor, but Eccleston would be my favorite Doctor for always. He's my first Doctor.
Yeah,
I'll always like Eccleston. I wish he had one more season, but because things were going on with him behind the scenes and with writing and his life and everything like that, that he kind of. But I also met him at Motor City Comic Con too, so it was great.
Oh, yeah.
I held his hands. It was great.
Yeah, and he's fond of his time as the Doctor. It's just he doesn't like any of the producers on the show at all. And
Yeah.
I love this statement where he's basically like, "What would it take to get you back on Doctor Who?" And he's like, "Fire all the executive producers." And it's like, okay,
like, well, that's a pretty harsh judgment, sir. But okay,
Yeah.
you have your reasons.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, they fridged him after one season. He should have had a lot more to go, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But with that said, we are to the end. But do not fear if anyone wants to join you guys. Will basically seems to be like pair bonded to me. We're kind of a package deal at this point. But next week we will be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. It will be spoiler-tastic. We're giving a week before. We're giving at least 6 days so that you guys have the opportunity to watch the film.
Yes.
Because let's face it, don't be a jerk. Don't spoil the film. You know,
he does do a lot of audiobooks. He does. Eccleston for Doctor Who. He does a lot of audiobooks. Yeah.
So with that said, everybody, my QR codes are back up. So I'm just going to say this. Be sure to check out nerdinitiative.com. That code that's right across my face, to check out what we're doing with movie reviews, comic book reviews, especially with comic book reviews. Since we have our new comic book day every Wednesday, check out the newest stuff from all of the publishers. Be sure to check out our merch store. Check out the amazing merch that we have there. And please be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications on our new YouTube channel, and be sure to check out if you're not watching Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow, and if you are, you have a chance to watch it, and then you can go back later. Make sure you watch Wrestling Night Live, especially if wrestling. Let me try to be sure to watch Wrestling Night.
Why is this hat talking to us?
Talking hat.
It's a talking Deadpool hat.
It's a Deadpool hat. Makes sense. He'll talk.
I gotta get a puppet or something to come up here.
Yeah. And by the way, Law, I DM'd you that on TikTok. But go on, keep plugging while she looks it up, man.
No, it's fine. No, that was pretty much everything. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate everybody that's been here, but with us on the road. Michael and I were talking a little bit, and we're definitely going to continue doing road to play things because this has been a lot of fun. And I think the next thing we need to do is the road to Agatha all along. That's my thought.
Can I be a part of that?
Oh, absolutely. You got Marvel in the name. You absolutely have to do it. And be sure to check out Will and any videos he does with his Deadpool head.
Oh, that'll be none because you can't
I've-
even understand me in this
Excuse
thing.
me, sir, I asked you to do one thing with that helmet when
Oh,
you
yeah,
did.
yeah,
When you,
that one I will do, but
okay.
it'll probably be at the end of this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but be sure to check out.
Law, am I right? Am I
Oh
right?
my god! Oh my god!
Okay.
So
Not me having crippling anxiety because people talk about things that I have no idea. What
Don't worry about it. Stick a pin
you're
in
gonna
it,
get
Connor.
there. Stick with Doctor Who. You'll get there, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Get there.
Am I close?
No,
Okay,
not even.
no.
great. Thanks a lot.
You're most welcome. Anything for you, man.
Oh, Z, I love the reference. Like, hold on, let me just do this. real
Howdy
quick.
ho, neighbor.
Howdy ho, neighbor. That was so not worth all the work. Okay, so with that said, be sure to check us out next week when we talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. We will be I will be working on shortly doing a schedule for I think for Agatha Long. What we need to watch is WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to watch my reactions to all episodes of WandaVision, it's on my YouTube.
Oh, I'm gonna check that out.
So,
and where can we find that, Law?
You can find me on YouTube, Black Girl Marvel's Multiverse, and on all social media, Black Girl Marvel.
And Will Wilkins?
Just look for thatwillwilkins.com with 2 L's. In the Will, not the Wilkins, but neither here nor there.
And yep, with that said, be sure to check out Nerd Initiative and all the things that are going on. There's tons of stuff on the daily. But with that said, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining us on the Deadpool Wolverine. Have a happy Deadpool and Wolverine Eve because we're getting into it. So
don't forget to put your chimichangas out tonight.
Maximum effort.
When you're